All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, CryptoCosm, where I talk about how the astrology affects the crypto market.
And I bring you that worldly crypto news.
So we've had an intense week. So last week we talked about that Mercury square Saturn on the 25th, and that it was going to be a dip, and it dipped. The market dipped. We talked about this full moon squaring the nodes. The market was at $438 billion on Saturday night. On Sunday, it went down to $432 billion, losing $6 billion. At the same time, a lot of coins that I have went up. My personal account went up, but the market itself dropped $6 billion. Now, one of our viewers reached out to us and said, Aaron's, I want to make a purchase, but you said there was going to be a dip on Sunday, and I'm hesitant. And we responded back and we talked a little bit, and I have to say, when we throw out these dates to you, and I always say watch the charts, because again, the market went down $6 billion yesterday, which is, I mean, it's a $430 billion market. $6 billion is a lot, but it's not. I mean, it is and it isn't. You know, you're not going to notice that many gallons out of Lake Michigan, well, unless you're Nestle. Anyway, so the point is, watch your personal charts, watch those. When we talk about those dates, all I see is like this is a kind of a situation where you can see something happening.
On the 25th, my portfolio went down personally 13%.
That was a big dip for everything and everybody. Mm-hmm. That Mercury square Saturn. Again, that's like a more powerful aspect than a full moon, new moon, full new moon, which it still has an effect. But again, it's like those bigger planetary aspects are much stronger. So again, now the 7th is our next one here, the 7th. So we're still squaring right now. Mercury's in that weird middle zone. It's squaring Saturn, it's squaring Pluto. So it's squaring structure and restriction, and it's also starting to square transformation and growth and change. So the 7th is going to be that exact, growth and change, transformation kind of thing happening.
Beautiful.
When we had seen Venus and the Sun pass through Saturn, it was also coming up to where Uranus is, because we're talking about around 27 degrees is where Uranus is, and 21 right now is where Pluto is up here. So Uranus here, Aries, 27 degrees, 28 degrees. Pluto up here, 21 degrees. Now there's 30 degrees, okay? So there's 360 degrees in the circle. So there's 12 signs. So there's 30 degrees in each one. All right, so that's the simple math of it. So when I say degree, there's 30, and then you start at 1 again. All right, so just for simplicity. Now,
thank you.
when we get within that 7 to 8 degrees is when we start to feel it, and then when it's exact, that's threading the needle.
When you get hit,
right. And it's usually, honestly, it can sway between just the day before, just the day after. There's a little bit of wiggle room as it's like coming in and it's coming out,
Sure.
So the 7th is the next kind of day we're looking at here. And again, watch the charts, because we're going to see some transformations happen. When we saw Venus and the Sun do this, we had seen a dip, but we're talking about Mercury. We're talking about the planet of trade goods, and information. You had a question.
Now, when you say the 7th is now we're talking about a harmonious aspect? Are we talking
about the square. We're talking about Mercury squaring Pluto.
So it sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a harder one.
It is a hard aspect.
Okay.
It is a hard aspect, but it's also something that's like, we need this. Whatever this is, whatever information's coming that needs to be changed, again, it's rules and regulations, things like that, they need to be changed. They can be like that, and now that can also affect highly people's buy-ins and sellouts. And that full moon that happened on Sunday, that was a huge aspect of this, okay? That's like a major crossroads where we're at right now in life and individuality and as a planet as a whole, as humanity. All right, here we are. We've talked about the North Node. The North Node is leading the way as to where we are going in humanity. The North Node is in Leo right now. The Leo is represented by the Sun. Let me tell you, if you're hungover and wasted, you don't want to see the sun is, shining, bluebirds singing on your shoulder. You just want to block it out. You want to not have anything to do with it. It's like, cool sun, but not today. I need to be in my little cave.
Give me a few more hours.
And it's like the sun is not going to stop shining its brightest for you. Doesn't matter how much you curse it. It doesn't matter how much you scream at it. The sun is not going to go, oh, you know what, Ted, Billy, Jane, I'm going to just tone it down a few just to ease your troubles because you went out and partied too much last night, or for whatever reason it is. You know what I mean? Like the birds don't stop chirping. The sun's not going to stop shining. So the North Node in Leo is like, shine your brightest. You know, be your most authentic self. Be who you are. And it's like, where is the South Node? Is in Aquarius. It's like we're going away from the observer. You know. It's like we're not going to just sit outside and watch as everyone plays in the pool. We're getting into the pool, all right? Now that's where the nodes are. And now on the right side here in Taurus, we have the sun. And on the left side over here in Scorpio, we have the moon. So the sun in Taurus, the sun is me, myself. The moon is my emotions, all right? And Taurus represents what's mine. Scorpio represents what's others. So we have this great crossroads of what's mine, what's yours, okay? Well, my money and your money go together into this pool, and we all get more. Now, that's where we're at, but we have to, there's an honest approach coming up here in like selfishness versus selflessness, you know? And it's like, we are all noobs at some point. You know, we are all just getting this at some point. We've talked about this before, about someone like that hating that happens in some of these groups. And it's like, the big dogs, these whales, they're not in those groups. They're not there. They're not the ones talking about this and getting into these little back and forth chatter. Sure. These guys they're too experienced for that kind of stuff. And that's what this full moon is kind of like, okay, have we brought this into the light yet? Like this is the old way of thinking, making fun of somebody because they don't know this, or I've got this and you don't have this and I'm better than you for that, or I'm gonna go chase this over here and ignore this when I've got, you know, this right in front of me. So it's like the only way for us to all get into that pool is if we're shining our brightest and we're encouraging others to do the same, and encouraging them to have the courage, to have the courage to get into the pool with us. That pool is the crypto pool, friends. All right, this money is changing. Crypto's not going anywhere, but we cannot be these stubborn people. We can't be just like, but you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't belong in this world, or you don't know how to hodl. You don't know how to hold, and so just get out of here, noob. And it's like,
and little that they're not thinking is the more money that goes into this pot, the wealthier both individuals
all are
get.
Right. Like, so it's just like, well, you know, and it's not even the sense of like keep your friends close and enemies closer. No, it's just like we're all friends here. We're all friends in this pool, and again, just be your bright shining self. Like don't, you know, you're grunky, grumpy, cranky. That's grunky. It's merged together. You know, when you're hungover, those things. When you're not having the best relationship with yourself. You know, it's hard to have a great relationship with somebody else, whether it's a partnership, a business relationship, or a friendship. You know, so it's just like it's shining the light on those kind of our own insecurities, our own fallible selves, and saying, okay, time to do the hard work now. I see this. I'm a little bit. Let's grow up and move past some of these things and just, you know, hand in hand we cross the river. Hand in hand we make these things happen. Mm-hmm. And this is the biggest hand in hand pool we have ever seen in the history of time, where we help each other out and we can all benefit from it. Not only monetary. This is another huge aspect that we're going to get into. It's going to be later this year, and it's going to be all of 2019 and the beginning of 2020. The to the moon, get rich stuff. You know, it's like, yeah, it's fun. We all want that, but that idealistic, materialistic world and the fads and the trend and this glitz glam life is not the path. You know, I mean, we all dip our toes into that pond for a minute. You know, we all want that, you know.
It's easy to get caught up.
It's easy to get caught up into, and it's fun. There's something that seems like it's over there that seems desirable, you know, it's this like quick.
And when I get there, I'll be happy, right?
Right.
Like that's the mind,
and then
that's the thought.
And it's winning the race but not being able to taste the victory, you know, because you're never going to be satisfied and there's always something else and always something more and always something more. So this is another one of those aspects with this moon that's just like we're shining the light on that and saying like, okay, what do I really need this for? Why is cryptocurrency so huge? It's not to make everybody rich. That is a benefit of it, but it's for the new future that we're creating right now. Okay, that's why this exists. That's why crypto exists, because it was created out of a necessity to a corrupt system that needs change.
That's why we see all these coins popping up with all these incentives where it's going back to the viewers, to the advertisers, to the every person is getting something and they're being rewarded for being a part and contributing to the whole.
Exactly. And they're not leaving you out of that, and you feel good about it. You know, it's like one of those old things. It's just like this old. Strategies. You want here in America, we don't believe it, but like in other countries like Germany, you have to have 70% natural daylight in the building. But here, they'll just like, oh, well, we'll change the paint. And then all of a sudden, the workers think, oh, well, they painted for us, and psychologically, the workflow goes up.
It looks brighter, so we have to work another 3 hours each day.
well, but these are little things. They're like, oh, we're going to get you a new vent system, a new AC or a new heater unit or whatever. So you do little things, little incentives for your employees that benefit you as a company as a whole here in America, but your employees look at them psychologically like, oh, you're doing something for us where we're going to work harder. This improves productivity. But then eventually that kind of goes away, and then it's something else, and then something, so it's like we're getting out of this treadmill, this gerbil on a hamster wheel, whatever.
It's kind of like the stimulus packages that the government gives out. Every once in a while, every year or so, we're like, oh, we have a new stimulus package. It's like, well, if the system were built correctly, we wouldn't need to keep throwing Band-Aids out there and kind of piecing everything back together. What are you going to do? Well, the new systems are coming. And talking about new systems, we got TRX, Tron, Mainnet coming out.
Killing it.
So there's
I don't think we talk about Justin Sun enough on this show. He should be paying us at this point, man. We'll work something
We got the donation addresses down below, Justin. Just let us know. They're there for you. But there's a lot going on with this Mainnet, and I definitely wanted to hit some of those prices. So Tron just today, earlier this morning, depending on when you're watching this video, hit 11 cents. 11 cents. Now, we haven't seen 11 cents in Tron since very beginning of January. And I was going back and forth with some individuals that we speak crypto till all hours of the night, and I was like, well, you know what, I think it's going to go back down. But the big thing coming up, the Mainnet release. Now, we're looking at June, so we're like 5 to 6 weeks away, which, if you guys follow the saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, buying the rumor starts about 5 to 6 weeks before that news or that big release. Now, I've made this mistake enough to know that it's about 5 to 6 weeks before this. But you know what? It was a few $1,000s on multiple occasions well spent, because now I'm profiting from it. And like I said, we have to say we are not financial advisors. Make sure you guys are buying in what you believe in what you buy, never risking more than you can lose. But this is the trend that does repeat itself, and we see it over and over and over again. So for me personally, I'm going to be looking for this price to keep increasing. I mean, Lisk, we saw it up until the rebranding, went up
almost
another
$30.
$32, I think. And then shot down to $11 afterwards. So depending on where you bought that, but that happened 5 to 6 weeks before the actual rebranding. So
even
we're right
Verge,
at that.
Verge had gone up right before. It was, we got big news coming out, and then all of a sudden people were like, oh, thank God, we've been waiting so long for Verge to break through for us. And then, those strong holders that have been there in the back for so long, they're like, we knew you were going to pull through. What do you got for us? They're like, Pornhub. They're like, yeah, explicit delete. And, and it's
better than Pornhub. So Tron's going to be getting off of the ERC20 chain, off the Ethereum blockchain, and onto their own to make their way as one of the biggest, most competitive, they say, blockchains on the planet. Now, they're also going to make release for Odyssey 2, which is one of their big partnerships that they have going on, which is the token OCN, which is, we've done a review on this one, we've talked about this one. So they're going to be bringing updates
Huge.
on that platform with the mainnet release as well.
Yeah.
What else? We have, they're zeroing out their transaction fees for Tron Network. So transaction fees will be the thing of the past for Tron, which is huge. Huge. No transaction fees. It's funny, you always see like the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin Cash people going back and forth. They're like, well, I spent $100 in Bitcoin and it cost me this much. And then I spent this much on Bitcoin Cash and I'm better than you. It's like,
Right.
well, Tron just zeroed everything out. And they're also going to be able to process 10,000 transactions per second at the time of mainnet release. Now, I think Visa and MasterCard are up in somewhere in the area of 50,000 transactions per second.
I want to believe him too. I want to believe these numbers. I want to He's a little shining. He's
We'll
the
have
shining
that
light.
data.
See, he's the epitome of living in that Leo sun right now. Like, dude, nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna dim my light, bro. I love it. Love
So
it.
what else do we have? We're going to have debuting for decentralized apps. So we have a mainnet, we have blockchain, we have decentralized apps coming out on this platform, which every app that's going to be coming out is going to be increasing the value and the use of the TRX token as a whole, which we can't wait to see. Token wallet launch is going to be then as well. And another thing is the token exchange. Now, a bunch of individuals have commented or asked or messaged us and said, hey, what do I do with my tokens? We're going over, we're getting away from the ERC20 token. We're going to get the airdrop for the one-to-one token, so they're going to get rid of the old, bring in the new. What do I do with my tokens? Well, you want to make sure the easiest way is going to be
Put him back on.
put them on the exchange. Put them on the exchange and they will be automatically migrated over for you. But I read an article today, but I've only read one article on this specific topic, but I want to mention it here, but just know that we're going to follow up after we've read it repeatedly and also checked with TRX directly that they're going to keep token exchanges open indefinitely. So if you have the ERC20 and for some reason they got left off the blockchain, at this time it is reported. Please, 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 I can't mention
Do your
it all.
own research.
Do your own research. Make sure this statement is true. We will be validating and updating as we go along, but it's no substitution for making sure yourself, always, no matter how many people tell you, check yourself.
Check yourself.
Check yourself. So we had another big thing going on with the MyEtherWallet. Mew. I love my Mew.
Yeah.
So for all you ladies and gentlemen out there with the treasures and the blue, there's so many different hardware wallets out there that you can access all of your tokens in a wonderful, amazing way that MyEtherWallet has allowed us to do. MyEtherWallet has been, we'll say, the phrase that they use is DNS attack. And what happens if you are familiar with what DNS you use? If you were using Google's DNS server, which is 8.8.8.8, make sure that if you get a security warning, it's going to be a window that pops up on your screen.
Probably a
says,
sound.
Security certificate invalid. Guess what? Don't use it. So you're going to get the warning. Security certificate, it's not working. Don't go any further. Do you want to proceed? Yes or no? Click no. Okay? Click no. You guys have used it 100 times already. Click no. And keep this in mind because this supported attack could be for any, it could be for a Binance, it could be for whatever ICO page that you're on, or you can be diverted. And that's why we look for these HTTPS sites with the S, which means secured. So we have these security certificates in place for this exact reason. Because they're secure. That's why they're there. It's not going to offset you into some site over in Russia and gank all of your coins out of your wallet because you're sitting in there putting your, and your private keys are up. So it gives you the warning. There are individuals, and MyEtherWallet has come out and said basically, hey, if you guys really think that it's our fault, then call us and let us know. We'll see what we can work out for you. But You guys saw the message. You're walking into unsecured territory. Do you want to pursue? No, you don't. No. Everything needs to be secure. Be aware. I mean, there's threats everywhere in crypto. It forces us to wake up and pay attention and take our own power into our own hands. So if we're seeing this type of thing, guys, be careful. Second guess it. Go do some research. Hey, I haven't seen this before. And MyEtherWallet is famous for having like an ungodly amount of instructions that says, do this, don't do this, do this, don't, like you have to click through like 3 windows to go, this is the right way to do things. And it reminds you every single time.
So it becomes foolproof. It becomes second nature so that you know that this is what you have to do to make sure that your money is safe and your finances are safe.
And that's the thing, you know, you say second nature, that's like when you get comfortable.
Right, but you almost don't want to be comfortable. No, that's a good point.
You don't want to get to that point where it's like, oh, it just becomes so easy, I don't even have to think about it. That's not the name of the game here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to stay aware. We need to stay focused. If we download a new wallet, don't expect it just to work the same way as the other 3 that you had before, because chances are things are going to change when you don't check it. It's going to be that one time where you forget to read those instructions top to bottom because you think you've done it 20 or 30 times already, and it's going to change on you.
You know, and when you're talking, it's funny, you're talking about messages here and security and warnings. I have to bring this up. So we all know, there's so many of us on these groups, these forums, and you're on there, and people just scroll down, look at your name, add you, and start sending you messages.
Hello.
Be very leery. Right. They all, hi. Hello. How are you, Aaron? What do you want? You know, there's an obvious, you know, there's a lot of, don't even get me wrong here. There's a lot of really great friends that I've met so far from some of these forums, and I have really wonderful conversations, and, you know, awesome. Thank you. I absolutely love having those conversations. But I'm going to just go ahead and put Bitcoin John out on blast right now as one of these people. This is a complete spam account that had come to me and is like, bro, I'm gonna need your help. I was like, oh, what can I do for you, Bitcoin John? I even showed Aaron these messages. It happened on Friday night. He's like, dude, I'm locked out of my account. I don't have my keys and my work owes me money and I'm gonna need 0.5 Bitcoin. That's $4,500, dude. I'm a complete stranger to you. And now these accounts too, there are no friends, there are no pictures, nothing of them, and they belong to 40 groups. Now, to me, we're talking about red flags in the crypto world. This is another aspect, okay? This is just simply social media, you know, being about getting comfortable, you know, and just like, oh, okay, I'll give a bum money on the street. We're living the dirty D, man. Like, you know, like I'll see homeless people every single day. You know what I mean? You want to be compassionate.
You want American flags on them.
Right. You know, it's just like, keep the flag. Thank you. God bless. I'll give you $1 if I can help you out, or some food or whatever it is. Here's some booze. But, you know, it's just like, we want to be compassionate. We want to help people out, but we have to watch, you know, what is it called? CYOA, cover your own, You get it, but like you gotta watch for some of these things. And when the crypto community gets rolling, and oh sweet, 6 new friends today, look who they are. Well, honestly, look at them up. And if they're just sure, yeah, well, why not? All right, and then all of a sudden you're getting all these messages, and people now just want to, come mine with me, come join this, and send me money, man. No.
And you know, I'd like to think a good majority of the individuals watching are like, yeah, guys, we know. And that's awesome. But you know what? There are other people out there that don't, and that's why they're doing this. They wouldn't sit there and be doing this if it wasn't working. Oh yeah,
they're making money. They're making money. Bitcoin John is making money, which is sad.
We like to speak to an audience as a whole. The beginners getting into this game are only going to help the people up here at the top, because there's going to be more money coming into the marketplace. And we want to be conscious of all the individuals helping the space. We want the space to grow as a whole. So,
and it's a good, honest community. I mean, there's always going to be somebody trying to scam something. I mean, come on. Absolutely. That is life. We're always going to have that contrast. But really, like, come on, let's help each other out.
It's sad. It's sad to see, unfortunately. Well, the last little bit of news that we have is, and I want to know what you guys think. I've been going back and forth through this in my own mind. We have Charlie Lee. We have a couple articles coming out on Charlie Lee saying, if I want my child, my product, my baby, my Litecoin to be truly decentralized, I'm going to need to walk away from it. So in essence, his theory behind it is, well, I'm the leader and individuals are going to follow me, and I created this product, and my influence on it is going to sway all the individuals. So I'm basically the central processing unit of Litecoin. And if I want this to be a truly decentralized cryptocurrency, I'm going to have to step away. Well, we just had him not too long ago give away all his Litecoin holdings.
End of January,
Not
maybe?
give away, but sell all his Litecoin holdings. And it was for the good because there was some riffraff about him cashing out on his coins and making money off of everybody else. And now he's just straight up walking away. So what do you guys think? I mean, personally, I could see this guy stepping away. He's like, you know what? I've made my millions. I can let you guys take this, and then it'll be some truly decentralized thing, and I can go off to make lots more millions on some other project. It's just what it seems like to me. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about this in the past. Litecoin is the only coin that stayed tried and true through this entire, that has not gone back to where it was in the beginning of December 2017. At $100 on December 3rd, $100 a coin. Ethereum was 500. Ethereum went down to 360, something like that, just a week ago. I was like, whoa, yeah, buy that more, you know. but you know, I think Litecoin got down about 115, and I was just like, it's still, if you would have purchased at that crazy time back in December, you would have still been up $15 per every 100 you spent. You know, I like Litecoin. I like LitePay. The whole everything that they're doing, I think, is really
Partnering
interesting.
up with 10X.
I
Yeah,
think
they got a lot
Charlie
of good
Lee
things going on.
is a brilliant mind, and I have faith. I have faith in their company. Whatever he does, I just have faith that he's like, you know what? I'm going to give it legs. I'm going to let it grow and do its thing, and I'm going to go over here. I have nothing but respect for that, honestly.
And I can't wait to see what he does next. I think wherever he ends up, I think it's going to be big. So definitely be keeping an eye on that, where the future holds. I wish the best for Litecoin as well. It's been one of the major players in this cryptocurrency market, and I still hope that grows and continues to grow as well.
Well, you know how we like to do it. Little positivity. Aaron, get in there.
You caught it for me. Let's do this one. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. Khalil Gibran. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention.
You know, it's funny how these work out, and it's like the message coming into this was a message from Sunday's full moon, and it's about being kind to one another and helping each other out, and then the random life just unfolds magically. Exactly how it's supposed to. This whole time we're like, I've been like dragging my feet in the mud. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I arrived. Here we are.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for joining us again here on another episode of
CryptoCosm.